He said, you know Will raped me. You know Diddy made me suck his penis. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me suck. Well, I'm going to give you a chapter from the book since I owed you something.
Okay.
In the book, in one of the chapters, they talk about mentorship. So I grabbed my husband. I said, listen, I don't know. I didn't know what happened. Nothing. I was just asked to come.
Is this true?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna let you about to see if it's true from the paperwork. Oh, we telling something that got paperwork involved.
Say what now? Will Smith's ex-friend and former assistant, Brother Bilal, just dropped a bomb that's shaking the internet? He's claiming Will allegedly pushed actor Bryshere Gray into an intimate relationship against his will? That's wild. Now, Bilal says this explains why Bryshere's been making all kinds of bold moves on camera lately. According to Bilal, once Will was done with Bryshere, he tossed him aside like he never existed and even made sure he couldn't book work in the industry anymore. That's cold. And get this, Bilal isn't stopping there. He claims that after he started spilling all this messy truth, Jada supposedly got furious and threatened to take him out. Things have gotten so deep that Bilal and Jada are actually battling it out in court right now, and the receipts being shown in that courtroom are downright shocking. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. Bilal first aired out Will's business during a heated sit-down on Tasha K's show, and the tension was sky high. The man wasn't holding anything back. He came ready to expose every secret he'd seen with his own eyes. In that explosive interview, Bilal described a situation.
You know, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he gonna be all right.
It's like Uncle Will, you know? Who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice.
The stuff Bilal was dropping had everyone's jaws on the floor. That interview went viral in a matter of hours. People couldn't stop talking about it. But the drama didn't stop there. Within just 9 hours of the video going up, Jada allegedly lost it and came for Bilal with a lawsuit threat. She even accused him of trying to extort her and Will before he ever opened his mouth publicly. But that move totally backfired because Bilal wasn't backing down. He was furious. Instead of staying quiet, he popped right back up on Tasha K's show for a part 2. And this time, he didn't hold anything back. He went in on Jada, dragging her name through the dirt and daring her to file that lawsuit if she wasn't scared of him exposing even more. The man looked ready for war. And you know what's wild? People are actually believing him. It's not every day someone from Will's own inner circle starts spilling like this. And that's what's making everyone stop and listen. Folks are saying there's no way someone this close would risk everything unless he's telling the truth. And honestly, Bilal's confidence is what's really got the internet talking. Most people who get hit with lawsuit threats start ducking and disappearing, but not him.
Bryshere Gray, one of the stars of the hit show Empire. Tonight we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had her for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic chain of events.
He came back louder than ever. And when he showed up on another podcast called Make It Make Sense, he dropped even more shocking claims about Will. The man's clearly not done talking yet. And where he allegedly walked in on Will Smith and actor Dwayne Martin in Dwayne's dressing room during some very private activity. He said Will was leaned over the couch while Dwayne was going in, like he was digging for gold. The room went silent when he said it. No one could believe what they just heard. So Bilal is calling Will Diddy Jr. now, because according to him, Will's got a pattern that sounds straight out of a scandal. Bilal claims that Will allegedly pulls young men into his circle by promising them mentorship and career guidance, but once they're in too deep, things supposedly take a disturbing turn. He says these men end up being used while their careers stay stuck in the same place. That's wild. Bilal went even further. He claimed that once Will's done with them, he either allegedly passes them off to other powerful industry figures or uses his influence to shut them up for good. He even dropped a bomb saying Will once admitted to him about what he did to Bryshere, and Bilal swears there's paperwork out there that proves that the situation really happened.
You hold them down because he was like, Charlie Mack is not going to be able to be there because him and Charlie had something else going on. I robbed in Chicago for Empire. It's a damn mess. It's no other way to put it. This dude is going crazy.
That's some serious tea. And since Bilal brought up Will's so-called mentorship, let's talk about Bryshere Gray, because his name keeps popping up in this whole mess. It's been rumored for a while that both Will and Diddy allegedly had the same kind of mentor relationship with him too. The story keeps getting darker though, because Bilal claimed that Bryshere's own mom, Andrea, was allegedly in on it. Apparently, back when Bryshere was starring on Empire, his former manager, Charlie Mack, supposedly got the green light from Andrea herself to connect Bryshere with Will and Diddy for what they called career mentorship. And since Bryshere was chasing both acting and music at the time, everyone thought it made sense. But now people are looking back at it and wondering what really went down behind closed doors. At first, it really seemed like Bryshere had hit the jackpot.
Both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Gray left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
Two of the biggest names in the game offering him mentorship in both acting and music. That sounded like the dream combo for a young star trying to make it big. Even Bryshere himself believed it. From his old interviews, you could tell he truly thought Will and Diddy were going to take his career to the next level. If someone had told him back then that after everything, he'd spiral into addiction and end up doing explicit content online for spare change, he probably would have laughed it off. But according to Jaguar Wright, that so-called mentorship Will offered wasn't mentorship at all. It was something entirely different. She claimed the last thing Will was doing was guiding Bryshere's career the right way. And honestly, looking at how Bryshere's life unraveled right after that connection ended, people are starting to believe it.
Will admitted to me that he had sex with Bryshere Gray, but it was consensual, right?
Not long after his ties with Will faded, Bryshere's world started crumbling fast. In 2022, he was arrested and later found guilty of aggravated assault involving a woman he was seeing at the time. That made headlines everywhere. But what's even sadder is that it wasn't his first brush with the law. Back in 2020, his wife was actually rescued by a man at a nearby gas station after what was described as a disturbing situation at home. It's clear something went very wrong in his life after those Hollywood mentorships ended. When Bryshere's wife ran to that gas station asking for help, the whole world was stunned. Nobody even knew he was married until that situation blew up.
It's no secret in Hollywood that Jada hates me because I have a strong relationship with Will. And I do my own thing.
Why don't she hate Dwayne?
I can't answer that question.
Why don't she hate Dwayne Martin?
Well, she's gonna love anybody that treats her like she's a god, right? When you're a narcissist and a sociopath like she is, and I'll get into that, you want to be worshipped.
She told the police that Bryshere had allegedly strangled her, and when authorities showed up at his home to arrest him, he refused to come out. It got so serious that the SWAT team had to step in and negotiate with him for hours before he finally surrendered. And when those mugshots dropped, people were shocked. He looked completely broken down, nothing like the confident star they remembered from Empire. Fans couldn't believe how far he had fallen, and the internet lit up with questions about what really happened to him behind the scenes. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any messier, Jaguar Wright jumped back into the picture with even more jaw-dropping claims. She said Diddy and Will allegedly put Bryshere through horrible situations, and that his former manager, Charlie Mack, was able to hand him over because his own mom, Andrea Mayberry, was supposedly in on it too. That's a serious accusation. Jaguar didn't stop there. She also claimed that after Cassie filed her lawsuit, Bryshere started talking to lawyers himself about taking legal action against both Will and Diddy. But according to her, he was allegedly threatened and forced to back off because his life was in danger. Then she took it to another level by saying there's even a secret video involving Justin Bieber, Will, Jaden, Diddy, and Bryshere during a so-called private party.
That new husband of yours leaves you, and maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life, and what you had to do with it. You can see
And she swears she's one of the few who's actually seen it. The internet went wild after that claim. So about that lawsuit Jaguar mentioned, people are saying she's talking about the rumored $50 million case that Bryshere was allegedly preparing to file against both Diddy and Will. Word about it first surfaced through a mysterious blind item that had everyone buzzing online. It said, "I suspect the soon-to-step forward male victim of sexual assault by this A-list mogul will not be the last man to do so. Sean Diddy Combs." That had folks connecting the dots fast. And remember when Bilal claimed he had receipts about what really went down between Will and Bryshere? He wasn't bluffing. According to Bilal, Bryshere personally confided in him, saying Will allegedly assaulted him and that Diddy even forced him into inappropriate situations too. These are heavy accusations, and the streets have been talking nonstop about how deep this situation could go if those receipts ever hit the public. But that's not even the end of it. For years, there have been whispers that Will has a strange need for control, even when it comes to his own family.
Yeah, I'm talking about Bryshere's mom. I'ma kick you in your in, and I'ma go to work North Philly style. I'll kill and Charlie.
Jaguar Wright came forward with another wild claim. She said that Jaden supposedly moved out of Will's house when he was around 15 because he just couldn't handle the tension anymore. And where did Jaguar get all this from? She insists that everything she knows came straight from Bilal himself. She says he's been holding on to these stories for years, and now he's finally letting the world hear them loud and clear. And just when you thought Bilal was done talking, he showed up on Tasha K's show again, ready to set the record straight and drag Jada this time. He didn't hold back one bit. He straight up called her a raging sociopath and accused her of standing by while Will allegedly did all these wild things, saying she never lifted a finger to stop him. The tension was thick, and the internet lit up as soon as that clip dropped. Not long after that explosive interview, Bilal took things even further. He filed a $3 million lawsuit against Jada. In the suit, he accused her of threatening his life after he refused to stay quiet about what he knew. According to his claim, Jada confronted him in the lobby of the Regency Calabasas Commons back in September 2021 and told him that if he didn't stop airing out her personal business, he'd end up missing or catch a bullet. That's terrifying. Bilal said she even demanded he sign a non-disclosure agreement on the spot, or else.
Long story short, when I'm in Chicago, this guy's acting erratic. Like, I mean, crazy. He's getting stopped by the cops. There's male prostitutes involved. There's mental illness involved.
He also claimed she followed him out to his car while still yelling threats. And soon after, he began receiving even more threats from people in Will and Jada's inner circle. He said it got so bad that he started genuinely fearing for his safety. Of course, the internet had a lot to say about all this. One person said, Jaguar Wright claims some young men would run screaming out of the Smith's house. Even their own kids won't go over there anymore. Another person added, the way Bilal described Bryshere, crying, shaking, nose running, begging him not to tell, it's no wonder he broke down. He had nobody he could trust. This whole situation's got people split down the middle. Some believe Bilal's spilling hard truth, while others think he's stirring chaos for attention. But one thing's for sure, this drama between Bilal, Will, and Jada just keeps getting darker and louder. So now the big question is, do you really believe all these shocking claims about Will and Bryshere Gray? Could there actually be truth behind everything Bilal and Jaguar have been saying? Or is this all just one giant Hollywood mess getting out of control? And most importantly, do you think Bryshere will ever break his silence and finally tell the world what really went down? This whole situation has the internet spinning, and everyone's waiting for that one person to step up and spill the full story once and for all. What's your take on it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think about all this madness. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next wild update. Go ahead and click right here to check out another messy video that's got people talking non-stop.